idea for the series came about through Ensemble Cymru and also through this amazing venue, Gregynog. My name is Jonathan Lyness, and it was an absolute thrill to be approached by Perrin Clement Evans as Artistic Director of Ensemble Cymru, who approached me to, if you like, curate this series of 10 concerts. And what I've done is, inspired by Margaret and Gwendolyn Davis, I've searched through a huge amount of slightly eclectic chamber music repertoire for both instruments and voices from the first 30 or 40 years of the 20th century, from Britain and France. And I've kind of pieced programs together. So I've taken little combinations of instruments and found pieces that would work really well. And I thought, well, how can I program such and such a piece with another piece? And how can I bring in an eminent British female composer or a slightly lesser known French composer? What is the repertoire, for example, for viola, harp and flute? You might think, well, that's a slightly odd combination. But in actual fact, there were rich rewards to be had by kind of bringing these little vignettes together. And an absolute joy to discover British and French music from this period and piece it together into 10 beautifully constructed programs. Margaret's passion really was art, and Gwendolyn's passion was music. Gwendolyn sounds like quite a character. She played the organ, and it really is because of Gwendolyn that this instrument behind me is here. She played the piano. She was also a pretty good violinist. She owned a Strad. She was quite well respected as a musician. And Margaret, of course, was this fantastic art collector. I mean, we were both art collectors, really. So the music. Britain and France were leaders in chamber music during this period. There was a wealth of great chamber music, including, interestingly, some songs written for various instrumental combinations. So we have some really eclectic concerts. We've got concerts made up of harp, viola and flute. We've got concerts made up of soprano, violin and piano. We've got a mezzo-soprano and a viola and a piano. And we're going to be presenting British music by not only sort of Vaughan Williams and Elgar, but people like Frank Bridge, Joseph Holbrook, Gustav Holst, and some of the fine women chamber music composers of that time, Rebecca Clark, Imogen Holst. And from France, we're going to obviously be performing works by Debussy and Fauré and Ravel, but also by Darius Milhaud, by Lily Boulanger and Nadia Boulanger. The whole series, I would say, will form a kind of musical backdrop to the lives that the sisters had and to the world that they existed in. It's a kind of it's not trying to replicate the music that took place here during the 1930s. It's to kind of, if you like, wallpaper it a little bit, give a backdrop to it, sort of express that period through music from France and Great Britain. These concerts are 45 minutes each. They're free at the point of entry, and they're designed to be fun, entertaining. They'll have all sorts of little items with just 2 or 3 performers. There'll be this mixture, as I say, of British and French music, but they'll be light and enjoyable and accessible and easy. We want anybody who drifts in to Gregynog, who finds himself in Mid-Wales, will think, oh, that looks interesting, that looks fun, let's give it a go. And we are absolutely sure that they won't regret coming, and they'll leave the concert hall feeling uplifted.